Hey everybody, Grumpy Little Gnome here, and I wanted to do a little bit of a kind of a review video or a summary video on Simulated World. Now, when I make these videos, I play this game free to play, so they are generally designed more for free to play kind of group makeups. I mean, obviously, if you have the ability to spend money and you're able to really kind of boost your characters that way, it can make your playtime a lot easier. But for those of us who can't, we got to basically kind of get every little advantage that we can. And the one thing that I found, and don't get me wrong, I know there's going to be differences of opinion on this, but if you're free to play and you're struggling in Simulated World, it really seems like there is one simple answer to everything, and that is hunt. This is so ridiculously overpowered for pretty much any team comp. There are some of the other disciplines. Like, don't get me wrong. If if you have if you have Jeopard, this preservation can be ridiculously powerful. I've tried it on alt account that has Jeopard, and with the reflections and just bonuses, I mean, he can pretty much you almost don't even need a healer if you have a Jeopard. So I'm not saying that Hunt is the best spec, but I am saying that I have completed every Simulated World using the exact same setup, to the point where I can accept the fact that my characters are less important than the buffs. And essentially you're looking at three things. You want Hunt, obviously. This is basically just rains down the arrows. This is the one you don't care about. Basically, this one is... Here, actually, I should do these in order. This is the first one you want to get from your formation, and this turns it into 2 charges. And it does regenerate energy, but it's really more about the 2 charges. You want this one, because not only will it increase or guarantee crits when the targets are less than 50%, but you'll also get back 50% of the energy. And what this is going to really let you do is it's going to let you double tap adds that the bosses call and get the energy back. So you can immediately kill the adds in almost every situation. Jeopard you can't on his adds. His adds are a little beefy. But it pretty much lets you kill off the adds and then get your energy right back. It's so ridiculous that it's just not fair. And then on top of that, in addition to doing that, what you really also want when it comes to blessings, you want this blessing, because this is the one that splits damage equally, and then you want to upgrade it so they're taking 15% less. That's the only blessing you actually care about other than your Hunt ones. Just that's it. Sure, there are other blessings that can be very good and can, complement your team, but really, you want Hunt, 2 formations, this blessing, and you want one other thing, and that is this, the Doctor's Robes. Now, this isn't 100% critical. This will pretty much get you through your pre-boss stages without even trying. Obviously, just because it starts the battle at full energy when you have 2 charges, and then your charges can even regenerate energy when they kill targets. Pretty much anything other than a boss, you just one round it. It's literally you just double tap your Path of Resonance and it's just over. Obviously, some other honorable mentions that are good to look out for is Fortune Glue is really nice because it can help you get that destruction buff that you might not be able to get normally. These aren't, I don't really care about so much about these. Where is it? The Space Cheese can be kind of nice because it just raises the levels by 1. But no, is it this one? This one. And this one can be kind of nice too because it's reducing the cost of your leveling up at the end. So, if you had to spend a lot of curio fragments during the course of the run to get those Hunt buffs, which you might have to do, this kind of helps you at the end be able to level up a few more things. So, Doctor's Robe is critical, But Fortune Glue is nice to have, Faith Bond is nice to have, and Cheese is nice to have. But really, other than that, other than Doctor's Robes, all of these are kind of fluff. You know, get the ones you like. But so like I said, unfortunately, it's Hunt buff with those 2 paths. It is the, I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. Destruction, I'm sorry. Destruction, where you're splitting damage between the whole party and reducing damage when it's upgraded. And then those Curios. It really is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of overpowered. My characters are in no way, shape, or form, you know, good. I mean, they're free-to-play characters. Actually, bring this guy in there. You know, it's like if you look at my character data, my hook isn't bad, but, you know, horrible crit to damage ratios. Her relics are nothing spectacular. Saval will be in this group. Relics, nothing spectacular. Traces are not maxed. Her light cone is good, but definitely not great. She's E1. Hook is not even E1. Natasha's not E1. Don Hung is, but I mean, you're looking at very mediocre characters. And if you get the right set of buffs, the game basically becomes a walk in the park. And like I said, I have cleared every single path using this exact same setup. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. While there are definitely going to be other paths that excel at certain worlds, what I have found with Hunt is that it seems to be universal. It seems like every world, Hunt is good. And that means when I'm changing worlds, I'm also changing my party. So like I was saying before, that preservation is great if you have Japard. But what happens if you go into a world that doesn't really have ice vulnerability? You know, is Japard going to be enough with preservation to carry you through when you can't really weakness break the enemy? Where I found with Hunt is you can kind of form the party with whatever you want, and Hunt just seems to perfectly complement it. So I generally go with fragments in the very beginning, mainly just because I know I end up getting a lot of rerolls on Hunt buffs usually, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it's the Hunt buff itself is more valuable than... I probably should have used that on the other one. But the Hunt buff itself is more valuable than, obviously, trying to get, you know, saving curio fragments or, say, upgrading stuff. So, like, right here, we didn't get anything. We got to do it. Wow, this is starting off really well. That's actually not horrible. Okay, here we go. I actually like this one. Would have been nice if I got both of those right off the start, but you know how it is. Usually for me, my my kind of philosophy is because of the bonuses that I have to my path line, I can get approximately 4, or I can get 4 blessings off the first room. And so I usually try to make at least 3 of them Hunt. If I can't, I've been known to kill runs if I can't do it, but usually I can. And, you know, like I said, since I only need 1 buff outside of the main Hunt line, that 1 destruction buff, which is a 3-star, it's not one of those situations where I have to worry too much. And plus, in addition to that, I only need 2 additional paths, which means I only need 10 Hunt buffs. I only have to acquire 10 Hunt buffs during the course of the dungeon, so it's not critical for me to, you know, to get every single Hunt buff. Even though it's nice if you do, right? Okay, so we did what I generally like to do, and that is get 3 Hunt buffs in the first room. Now you're in that situation of it, you're just kind of rolling the dice at this point. You know, you're trying to stack those Hunt buffs, and after elite bosses, I really use these periodically. I don't really need to. I do want to generally save this for the first elite. Because it's actually kind of rare that you would be able to double tap before the first elite. Okay, so here, I didn't get anything. When being healed, carries a story. I actually want break efficiency. I love breaking in this game. I really think that breaking is probably undervalued for some people. But yeah, break efficiency is one of those things. It's so good at interrupting bosses, like big attacks, especially when you know bosses always have those like one-shot mechanics, and I found that breaking is a really good way. Whoa, don't want to do that. Breaking is a really good way to like interrupt the boss's like big attacks. So that's why I always like it. But like I said, since we only need 10 hunt buffs, it's you know it's definitely not a situation where I have to worry about, oh, I didn't get one, the run's over. It's not like that. So that's another thing that actually makes it a little bit more friendly. Is can I kill this? Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'll kill this one. He'll buff that guy. Not a problem because he died anyway. That's why I didn't care about him buffing. And we'll just finish this off. Get to listen to the music. Okay, we're not getting very lucky here, if I'm being honest. Here we go. Got that. Maybe we'll get another one? Yes, we do. Awesome. So we're stacking our hunt buffs. So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's possible to... So now, this is a little misleading, by the way. I don't know if people don't realize this, but look, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it says 6. These don't count towards your cap. These are the ones that count towards me getting another formation. So basically, I have to get one more hunt buff to get my double tap formation, and then I need to get a total of 5 more to, if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 more. Because it's 6 and 10. So it is possible to get double tap before the first boss. But like I said, it usually doesn't happen. Oh, there you go. It usually doesn't happen just because you don't get lucky enough. That's all it is. It's just RNG of getting those buffs. So like here's a perfect example of where I don't need to worry about ads. Just finish them off. Those guys mean nothing to me. Use my ultimate first. Just break this guy. We're just pretty much gonna YOLO him. I mean, it's not really. I am gonna save her ultimate though. I'm not gonna completely YOLO him. I lied. This is not a complete YOLO.
That'll take more than
Dami Mommy. Do a nice little shot there. Hook. Okay. Okay. Guy thinks he's all impressive. We can afford that. That's a normal attack. She does not need to do this, but I mean, why not? Would have been nice if I could have gotten hooked to get a double attack there, but that's just the way the rotation works. And I was really hoping that he wouldn't go there. I was hoping he'd get delayed behind Natasha. Okay, so this is where I'm saying that, you know, after you do an elite, you're going to get the 3-star blessing. Now, I will, if I get a hunt buff offered to me, I usually will take it. I generally will not force, like I'm not going to force a reroll here in the hopes of getting that 1 destruction buff. You can, because believe it or not, I have completed these dungeons without getting any of the 3-star hunt buffs. You don't have to get them. Okay, so now I got my first path, and the one I always go for is this one, Perfect Aim, which gives me the double tap. Okay, so I'm going to go with Space Cheese. I don't know what... This is not a prism. It is clearly a piece of Swiss cheese. Anyway, this one, I never go with this one only because I end up spending all my cures at the end for upgrades. So this is great right up until the fact where it says the fragments you own, which I dump at the end anyway. So I'm going to go with the cheese. And obviously it doesn't matter which one you go with. You know, unless you can get doctor's robes, none of those other ones really matter too much. I'm not going to use... I sometimes bring in characters just as cheerleaders, but I'm not going to use anyone else. I'm just going to use... do I want... How did I do on fragments? I did pretty good on fragments. We're gonna actually pick a curio. Okay, we didn't get one. These curios are usually, to be honest, these curios are usually a little bit crappier, if I'm being brutally honest. I am gonna grab this one because this can be any curio, or this can be any blessing. This one is nice, but I'm going to go with this one just to upgrade the 1 stars that I get. Because I will get 1 stars. Trust me. I will get 1 stars. Okay, let's look around. Nothing. Okay, so yeah, you can see we got the 2 charges. I don't need to use it on this guy. I should be able to kill these guys off.
Too late to repent.
By the way, he's getting extra attacks because he's breaking their weakness. Boom.
Time for the main event.
Oh, really? You didn't kill him off? I am disappointed in you, Saval. There you go. There you go. This is the part where I'm always worried that, like, did I not put gear on her? Yeah. See, look at that. Already enhanced. Woohoo! Hey, buddy. You're a horrible guard.
I've no interest in
I still don't need to double tap. I'll save it.
Too late to repent.
Just kill him off. Kaboom. You're gonna take it easy, Saval.
Time for the main event.
You're still gonna take it easy, Saval. Down, you mommy. Look at that, beautiful. Hook. Hook should get 2 attacks here.
You can still surrender. Here I come.
Sure, you can. Oh, and she didn't kill him off. Oh, Hook, you fail. Girl, I love you. You're my favorite character in the entire game, but still. Sometimes you just gotta discipline your characters. Okay, look at that. Already enhanced. Beautiful. So we're pretty much... What are we at now? Because remember, we have to... this isn't actually 10. It's actually only 8, because these count towards this. But yeah, we're almost basically getting our second path. And that's really all we need. Once we get our second path, everything becomes trivialized. I did not need to do that. I thought we had more energy there. The one thing I do wish... I don't know if there's a way to tell. I can't tell if there's the second charge energy level. Because it stays golden. I don't know if there's a way to actually figure that out. But if there is, feel free to let me know. Don Hung, you know what?
This will
just do it.
strengthen our position.
And by the way, if you didn't notice, his buff will save on the transition. So that's why I did that.
What was that? Asking for trouble.
Because you can actually charge them up on the previous floor and still run them through to the next room. And,
Fighting is meaningless.
you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that, but... kill him. There you go.
This song's for you.
Kill that guy off. Oh, come on, Saval. Oh, Saval. Oh, Saval. Wait, he's got 2 electro dots on him. He's fine. He's dead.
You can still surrender. Time for mischief.
And Hook with a 3rd attack. Because she's Hook. She's awesome. Actually, it's just because of the rotations. I'm gonna have to do this.
Life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Oh, and by have to, what I mean is I don't want to take a bunch of ridiculous damage at the very end. That's always very frustrating.
Too late to repent.
Okay, we got both charges now. That will not kill it. That will not kill it. Please go to the one on the... okay, that's good. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. We're good. We're good.
Naughty child.
Naughty child. There we go. Beautiful.
You could still surrender.
Beautiful. As you can see, all these extra attacks from Hunt just make the game easy. Okay, with character weakness for story. This is actually really nice, but I am going to try and go for my Hunt buffs, so I'm going to do a reset. Okay, we didn't get it. So we did not get our last Hunt buff, which, you know, When a character's attacked to gain a shield, I'm just going to increase my max HP by 24%. It's already enhanced. Okay, once again, I want to get that Hunt buff. Okay, we got it, and it's already enhanced. And this is our second path, or formation. So the one we want, obviously, is this. I'll be honest with you, as you can see, I've never used this one. It's not that this one isn't good, but I feel that this is the last one you need to get. So unless you're going to go full Hunt, which often requires you to get the Curio that gives you additional Hunt blessings, there's no need to get it. So at this point, there are only two things that I really want to have my ideal run, and that is the Curio Doctor's Robes and the Destruction 3-star Blessing, which will give me the ability to split damage between my party. That's it. Other than that, there's really nothing that I care about in this dungeon. Everything else just becomes fluff.
That one's a little scary.
We're going to start this off. Hook. Bam. So this fight should be pretty easy. See, like if I had the Doctor's Robes, I would have both of these charges full at the beginning of the fight. If you don't have Doctor's Robes, it only defaults one charge. It won't let you hold
Don't
two.
hesitate.
Even if your previous battle has both charges, you have to have Doctor's Robes in order to have both charges active at the start of the fight. So that is one of those little things that it kind of sucks. I mean, and the reason why I think it sucks is because, like I said, if my last fight I had both charges full, you lose one. Which, that's what I think sucks about it. I don't think it's fair that they take away a charge that you already built up on a previous fight. Like, oh, this just hurts. I'm not going to use Saval to break that, but and you see one tap. Okay, so this is the reason why I say Hunt is so overpowered and so group friendly. Don Hung doesn't have an advantage here. I could bring in the Quantum Girl. I could bring in another Electro. You know, obviously another character would be ideal in this scenario. It doesn't matter because this is what Hunt is doing. And on top of that, you noticed I started with one charge. I killed those enemies and I got 2 charges because I'm getting 50. I'm basically getting half my energy back for every monster that I kill. And there were 4 monsters there, so that was more than enough for 2 charges. But this is an example of where I'm now perfectly ready to go for the next time he decides to call some ads. In fact, I could even actually waste a charge right here. I really don't want to do that right there. Ideally, you'd wait until he's below 50% health. But it's one of those situations where I can afford to waste it. I could even have her, like, just, purge off these buffs, or these debuffs, just because. I'm really kind of in a almost unlosable state right
Fighting
now.
is meaningless. I've no interest in conflict.
As a matter of fact, I think I will do this.
Don't worry about me.
Now, because I don't have the ability to split damage right now, some of these characters are technically vulnerable. But you can see with the amount of damage that I'm doing, with the amount of damage that I can mitigate, I mean, it's... Like I said, this fight's pretty much over. And most of this really has nothing to do with my characters. This really, I mean, you can see how my characters aren't even attacking the ads. It is just 100% buffs. And now he gets his debuff reduction. So you can see, like, now this would be the time to do it because he's below. And if you ever want to know, you can actually get a better gauge sometimes of where they are from this mode. But you can also do that with your own characters if you ever wondered. It tells you what the shield value is. It tells you what their energy levels are. Some people kind of take this for granted. They don't always pay attention to that, but
That's better.
it's just
Don't
extra
worry about
information.
me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna have her do it.
Ready to jam.
Fighting is meaningless.
Saval will break, so I don't have to worry. Just drop one down for kicks.
Time for the main event.
Nice 31,000 damage just for kicks. I mean, I'm not even using ultimates. I don't really need to half the time. We're just going to purge this off because we can. And I really think I could actually win this right here. But I am going to play it safe just because I'm doing this for a video. If I weren't doing it for a video right now, I would just tap him and go for it. But now, it doesn't matter. Guaranteed win. It's over. I mean, Hunt is just kind of overpowered. Okay, now is the situation where I will re-roll a blessing. Now, obviously, I got 2 Hunt buffs. This is really good. This is really good. I mean, both of these buffs are incredible. I really would love to have both of them. But I really want to get that destruction buff. And there it is. When player characters are hit, damage between the characters is distributed among allies equally. Now, at this point... Oh, and this is even better, man. Now, if it was Doctor's Robes, it would be... actually would have been the best. But Fortune Glue is fine because this gives me a chance to pick up one of those Hunt buffs that I just didn't get. Obviously, we're not doing any immersions. Now... I have said that Doctor's Robes are the best thing to get, but it's not 100% required. I am going to buy a Curia right now in the hopes that I get them. I did not get them. So, this is actually kind of good. I'm okay with that. Now, it means I'm not going to end up getting Doctor's Robes, so unfortunately I can't show you, or in this video you're not going to see like that, my perfect idealized setup, which means that when I go into my last fight, ideally I don't want to burn all of my charges. I want to have charges saved up for the last fight because I'm not going to just get them for free. 2 blessings of 1 star. You know what? I actually want the cosmic fragments for upgrades. I know, sounds crazy, right? But the thing is, I don't need any more blessings. I basically have all the blessings I need. Come at me, bro. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, yeah, I was gonna say I don't need to separate these guys. Okay, so they just lost 30% of their health when the fight started. He died, which gave me a charge back. And then the other guy died. That gave me a charge back. Then these guys died. That gives me a charge back. Do you see how stupidly good this is? Okay, this is our... This is the one that we're getting from Fortune Glue. I can actually use this Elation one. I actually don't need Hunt. And if I'm being brutally honest, there's no point in me getting Hunt. And the reason why I say that is I'm only going to get, like, what, 2 more buffs anyway? Which means I only have 10 right now. I'm not going to get what I want. So you know what? I'm actually going to go with this. And the reason why is basically what it's doing is it's making my ultimate a follow-up attack, so it's just getting bonus damage. That's all it is. So I'm now taking advantage from the Elation buffs. Okay. So this is what I was talking about before, because remember I said that we had 2 charges when we ended that fight, but it only gives you the 1 back? Like I said, I think that kind of stinks. I don't like that. I will admit, I think that's a little cheap. But if that's why I like Doctor's Robes, essentially. So because I didn't get a chance to get Doctor's Robes, I'm intentionally softening this guy up just so I can do this. If I had Doctor's Robes, it wouldn't matter. I would have just double tapped the entire thing and, you know, from the very start. But it's still ridiculous. You know what? I'm just going to go with it. Actually, do I really need to go? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this one. It's already enhanced anyway. But so here we are. So like I said, we did not get the final Doctor's Robes, so it's not the perfect idealized run. I'm not going to bring anyone else into this party. I could technically bring her in for some extra break, but I don't really have it. I will bring, you know what? I'll bring this guy, not to play him. He's just going to be a cheerleader. You know what? He's gonna, this is his chance to be, he's like a mentee, right? He's a mentee that gets to watch what the pros do. Okay. So here we are. The buff that means the most to us is this one. So receives 15% less damage. Yes, we want that. And we want it upgraded. Okay, after that, it doesn't matter what you do. It really doesn't. I'm actually going to pick both of these because these are actually really good. This could be good. You know what? Actually, that's 160, and that's going to leave me a 100. But those are all done. So you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to do 2 of these. Okay. We could use that. That I'm not going to need as much. This isn't as critical only because a lot of times I'm using my Path of Resonance buff to kill stuff off. I'm probably going to use that. Okay, we're going to go with Weakness Break Efficiency. Because like I said, I can't tell you how much I love Weakness Breaking. And then we're going to go with more damage on follow-up attacks. Or consecutive, I should say. Okay, so this is what we're doing. And this is going to be the final fight. So when we look at Kakalia, this is basically what we're going to do. Actually, I think I usually bring Welt into this fight. I don't think I brought Welt with me. Did I? I did. You know, actually, I think I usually do bring Welt onto this fight, if I remember correctly. Oh, no. You know what I usually do? I usually have Herta. I usually bring Herta into this fight. But it doesn't really matter. If it wasn't for the fact that this guy has no gear on him, I would actually bring him. But we'll do this just to... Actually, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to bring this guy. And the reason I'm going to bring this guy is the whole point of this is I'm telling you guys that Hunt is overpowered. And if I bring in a 5-star, is it necessarily fair? You know? These characters, I've tried to point out the fact that these characters are pretty ghetto. Yeah, these characters are not like overpowered in any way, shape, or form, and that's the whole point of what I guess I'm really trying to, you know, claim here, that these characters are not the best characters. And I think that's really kind of important. Because if you bring the best of everything and, you know, the idealized characters, then it defeats the whole point of my talking.
Pretty good crowd today.
Turn it up. Time for a shot. Nap time.
I do want to do this. Because I like to break her the first time.
You could still surrender.
I'm going to save that. Can we slow her down enough? Nah, we can't. I didn't know if maybe I could get really lucky and slow her down for an extra turn. Okay, so we got her both charges. That's the reason why I also want to break her. So we're going to do a drop. It breaks. Get our charge back. I mean, it's about as simple as that. I mean, there's almost nothing to hunt. I mean, it's just mindlessly simple. Nobody really took any damage, so I don't need to heal. I was hoping she would actually get... I'm not going to lie, I was hoping she would actually get her... I don't think Saval can break here. Yeah, she cannot. Yeah, you know what? We'll let Kakalia get around. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. She doesn't. I was joking. I forgot. I get 35 attacks per turn.
Time for the main event.
You know what, Saval? Just do it again. Just do it again. Do whatever you want. You're good. You're good. She doesn't even need to do anything yet. You know what, Hook? Annihilate her. She never even got a stat. Now, obviously, my characters are... I do have a lot of... my characters aren't bad, is what I should say. I mean, they're like average for free-to-play. This might not kill her off, but I do have a lot of points in my path. But you don't need to.
You are doomed to fail.
Dead. And we're just going to do another one, because we will build up the charge.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it.
Formation.
She's like, Mommy, you go!
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Okay, we're probably going to get hit here. Make no mistake. And this is the reason why I generally would bring 2 fire users. But you don't need to. It's just really kind of nice if you do. He doesn't really help anything here, so he's just going to double tap. You. You're going to attack. You know what? You're not going to do anything. You're going to save. Hook. Hook's just shy of energy.
Just a little something.
And we got our charges back.
Ready to jam.
Stop right there.
Yeah, I know.
Now or never.
You can punch me. I gotcha.
The world devoured by ice.
Okay. It does suck that she froze Dami Mami, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, now I do not want to break her. Oh no, I'm sorry. I do want to break her, and I want her. No, I don't. I don't want to break her. And the reason I don't want to break her is because I want her to go into air mode, and then I'll screw with her and do all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is exactly what I didn't want to have happen. But this is called not paying attention to what it is you want to do because you're talking. But you know what? It doesn't matter because this is all about the hunt buff. There we go. We're back to beating up on Bronya. Sorry, Bronya.
This will be your burial ground.
Yeah, I know.
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Okay. Now we want to break her.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it.
Haha, you fell. She fell down. Okay, now we're going to just
Turn it up.
do our thing.
Keep
And do it
up.
again. I do want to try and slow her down.
Time for a
The
shot.
truth of life and death. The sanctuary.
Want to kill her
But a
off?
vision.
I'm saving. You can see what I'm doing is I'm saving for...
Don't worry.
I want to be able to try and kill her. We got her.
Like this.
Okay. I mean, this is just almost ridiculously easy. I will show you my characters at the end, but yeah, I mean, just not really being stressed very hard in this fight. And when you see my characters, you'll know my characters are not overpowered. Like, this is not a situation where you're like, oh, he's probably got E6 characters. No, there are no E6 characters on this account. Not even the 4 stars have gotten E6 yet. So we got this. You know, I'm not gonna do anything crazy here. Just gonna do that. Just gonna go into air mode. Doesn't matter. We're gonna force her into next phase.
Naughty child.
You're gonna heal up,
Time for a shot.
and oh, you might do it. Boom. There we go. So we're in phase 3. That's fine. She did that. I'd be lying if I said it would be great if she didn't do that. It'd be real awesome if you didn't freeze my 2 characters that are the most effective against you.
Feel the freeze.
Just saying. Just saying.
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Ready to lose your... You can
We are definitely
fight
going to break.
it or rock with it.
We do not want that eternal freeze to punch us in the face.
Pretty good crowd today.
Actually, you know what? You are going to do your ultimate just to make sure. But this is the reason why mitigating damage, as you can see, Don Hung has less hit points than everybody else, like by a lot. At max, he's only got like 2,500, where even Saval has almost 3K.
I've no interest in
So it's definitely one of those scenarios of
the truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a
he,
vision.
without being able to mitigate the damage between the, or being able to spread damage between the entire party, characters like Don Hung, for me, would be vulnerable. And like another example is a situation like this. You know, it's like, okay, do I heal Don Hung or do I break Saval? I actually will break Saval.
Ready to jam.
It's not that I need her to be broken. It's just that it's easier for me, is the best way to put it. It's just more convenient. I don't have to worry about him dying.
Witness the avalanche.
Now this one
Ready
she
to
might
lose
get
yourself?
off.
You can fight it.
Um,
or rock with
I don't
it.
know if I can actually break this. Oh, that... Oh, okay, she didn't. I'm sorry. I thought she got frozen. I was going to say, if she got frozen, that legitimately does hurt a little bit. But she's got her... Oh, yeah. She's definitely going to get it.
Judgment of eternal winter.
But everything's mitigated.
Just
So it doesn't
think
matter.
a little something. Think nothing of it.
We're just back up to full.
Turn it up. Time for mischief.
And she's definitely getting into... I should not have done that. Yeah, I didn't actually want to do that,
Time for
which
a
is
shot.
fine.
That's better.
It's sometimes good to show, and
You are doomed to fail.
now we go. This is basically dead. So this is a win.
The world devoured by ice.
The
We'll just let him
truth of
finish
life
her
and
off.
sanctuary is but a vision.
Now, if we had Doctor's Robes, we would have been getting an extra 40% damage, which would have basically made that you know, trivial. I mean, the ending would have gone even faster. Now, for those of you, you know, like I said, I've done every simulated world doing this exact same combination. The only thing that would have been different is if I had gotten the doctor's robes to make it even easier. Now, I'm going to show you, you know, if you didn't see them in the beginning, you know, my hook, she does have a good light cone. It's only S1. It's at level 60. Her traces are not fully leveled, but they're close, but not full. Her relics are garbage. Yes, she is on 4-piece fire, but I mean, attack with a bunch of HP and effector. Well, that's you know, ideal. Attack, that's got some crit damage. Sure, that's great. You know, this, wow, we got a lot of hit points and defense. I mean, the attack and crit rate's not bad. You know, here you got nothing great. Here she's on 2P. This is actually, main stats good. But that's my hook, and she's at E0. My Saval, if I didn't have to click on that right away. Average, nothing crazy. The light cone is S2. This is a good light cone for her. Traces, she's got a lot of work to do. Definitely not completed. Relics, as you can also see, not anything spectacular. Some good substats, but obviously nothing crazy. She's not even on lightning. She's on HP. This one is just attack. She is E1. This Saval is E1. Now for Natasha, we'll go through again. You know, we'll see. She does have a lot of hit points. Her light cone is actually pretty good. I really like this light cone because of the energy regen. Traces. There's a lot of stuff to level there. Relics, same thing. Not anything spectacular. Outgoing healing boost, she's at least got that. I mean, crit rate, crit damage, that's what every healer wants, right? This is 0. Okay, guys, I want you to understand. How many of you would go into this dungeon at 0? I'd even level this thing. This one has HP. This one's actually not bad, but I've only gotten a +3. And she has no Eidolons. And then we ended up going with Dan Heng. Not even an ideal character. He had no advantages in that last fight with Kakalia. Not bad crit rate to crit damage ratio. That's about the only thing he's got going for him. The hunt buff, that's only S1 for his light cone. Traces, still got work to do. Relics, he's on 2-piece wind. Crit rate, crit damage, that's nice. This one, it's mediocre. This one is not bad. Actually, it's not bad at all. This one is actually probably his best item. His internals are actually pretty good. This is a nice one with wind damage. And then this one's okay with attack. And he is currently E1. But that was my team. That was my team for this dungeon. I wish they showed them just the ones that were there. But yeah, this was the team. They did the entire run. I was going to bring Welt in at the very end, and I decided not to just because I wanted to show you guys this run from the beginning. But that's all it is. This had absolutely nothing to do with my characters. My characters are not overpowered. They are not like some ridiculous, you know, light cones or crazy Eidolons. Basically, this is all you care about. You get double tap on Hunt, so you have 2 charges. You want the thing that gives you, you know, guaranteed critical hits with an additional crit damage, and then it gives you your energy back. And you want this destruction buff. The only thing that I couldn't get officially was I did want the doctor's robes, which would have given me an extra 40% damage. This kind of offsets it a little bit, but basically, and then this helps a little bit at the very beginning of the fight, just because it gives you a little boost. But I mean, this can be very nice for upgrading your level 1 blessings, but doctor's robes would have made all of this other stuff trivial. I wouldn't have cared. So, in conclusion, the point that I'm really trying to make is, like I said, if you are struggling in Simulated Universe, what you really truly want is to go with Hunt, put together your best team for that dungeon, like, you know, the matchups for weakness breaks. It's not about having the best ideal characters all the time. It's not about upgrading your characters. It's not about any of that. This really is a turn-based tactical game. And if you take the time to kind of, I guess, analyze what that means, you'll realize it's not, you don't have to have, you know, max level, max talented, max skilled everything. You can basically use strategy to win the fights. And in this case, I will be the first to admit that I think Hunt might be a little overpowered. But as of right now, I have done every simulated world. I'm currently at Equilibrium 3, but I have done every single simulated world successfully using this exact same path setup. So, you know, it may not be the best for every world. There might be some worlds and some group combinations that are, you know, maybe ideally a little bit better, a little bit faster. But I mean, at the end of the day, all you care about is getting your points and getting your ability points. That's what you're here for, you know. So that's it. So like I said, so anyone who is struggling on Simulated World, obviously you always want to try and, you know, get your your ability trees up as high as you can. But ideally, like I said, you can use this. It works for any world. For Kafka, it's great. I mean, it works for her. Obviously, if you have someone like Welt, you know, sure, that's, you know, amazing if you can match up perfectly. Another one that I, you know, sometimes can be annoying, Svarog, can be a little bit of annoying with those hands at the end. But once again, with Hunt, you get those 2 charges. Those 2 charges can cut straight through those hands, and then on top of that, you're getting a charge back. So it's and that's the thing with Hunt. It's the fact that you're inflicting a ton of damage with your resonance, but then you're getting the charges back because of your, you know, killing those enemies or you know, regenerating the energy. And it just makes it kind of ridiculous. Even for World 3, Japard, who can be a real pain in the ass, the ads that he calls in the first 2 waves can easily be double tapped. There's just no question. The ads in the 3rd wave, I sometimes do save the charges for the shield to break the shield quickly. But still, once again, it's pretty much the same wash, rinse, and repeat. You're splitting damage among your party, which makes, you know, no one character really vulnerable to a one-shot or a one round. You're inflicting a tremendous amount of damage with that Resonance Hunt ability, and you're getting the charges back so they're ready to go for the next round of ads. And pretty much as long as you kind of just pay attention to your breaks, I mean, I've brought in characters, you know, like I said, she's level 50. I've brought her in on the Kakalia fight, and she's garbage. I a lot of times I will use Herta. I'm sorry, Asta, not Herta. What am I talking about? A lot of times I use Asta for my last fight, and you can see with her, I mean, she's great. Look at that. She's using a 3-star light cone, and I'm actually using this light cone on her on the Kakalia fight. I'm not like putting this on there as a joke. Her traces, nothing. Her relics, whatever I have. Eidolons, she's E0. You know, she's still level 50. It's, at the end of the day, I guess the real takeaway that I want to give people is the blessings are more important than your characters. You know, that's not, you can't obviously bring in level 1 characters or anything like that. But, you know, it's one of those situations of the ideal combination of blessings are always going to be more powerful than, you know, bringing in a maxed out character. Just because you can bring any group combination. And that's why I like Hunt so much. And that's why I pretty much recommend using that Hunt build for everything. So, until they make a simulated world that can't be defeated by one click of a button, well, then I'll have to come up with a new strategy. So until then, I thank everyone who was watching, and I hope that this maybe helped you out. If you haven't figured out yourself that Hunt is just ridiculously overpowered, if you are new to the game and you're struggling with simulated worlds, obviously, as I said, you know, you always want to work on your ability paths and get more points into there, because you're going to need them to unlock all of those formations for Hunt. But once you unlock those formations, once you can get the you know, those first two, the 2 charges and then the 50% crit rate or crit damage bonuses and stuff like that, most of these simulated worlds are just a matter of putting some bodies in there that can do some damage breaks. And so hopefully this will, like I said, help anyone who's struggling. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like it, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to do video features on, whether it's characters or whether it's certain game modes or game functions. And I will make videos for those. So until then, as always, I thank everyone who was here. Thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, everybody.